Hello, everybody. Have you ever heard about cows having four stomachs? Well, in this presentation, we're gonna get into a more detailed explanation about the physiology of the digestive system of cows, and obviously, we're gonna explore how these four stomachs work. My name is Stefano Montesioca, and along with my partner Alexander Freeman, we're gonna talk to you about the physiology of the digestive system of cows. Cattle, along with sheep, goats, and deer, are known as ruminants. This term means that they have more than one stomach, or more correctly, more than one digestive compartment. Cattle being ruminant gives them the ability to feed and produce on feedstuff that would otherwise be wasted. Plant matter such as forages and roughage contain cellulose, which most animals cannot digest or break down for use. Ruminants, on the other hand, possess the necessary digestive processes to make it possible to use cellulose as energy. The digestive system of cows consists in four compartments, of four stomach compartments, and followed by the intestinal system. The esophagus is where the food is first brought into the system, and the anus is where the feces are excreted. So we're going to start with the first stage, which is ingestion and esophagus. Starting at the beginning of the process, the cow will ingest the food. Let's see here. It's the point of view if you will be grass. Cows are herbivores, so this food will be plant matter and therefore will contain high amounts of cellulose. The food will be slightly chewed by the cow at first and then swallowed down the esophagus. The esophagus is a muscular tube that connects the mouth with the fourth stomach. Food passes down the esophagus by action of the muscular contractions in the wall of the esophagus, which pushes down the food. This process is called as peristalsis. However, ruminants are also capable of reverse or anti-peristalsis, which brings the food from the forestomach back to the mouth, and this process is known as regurgitation. So I'm showing this happy cow gifts because there's some kind of nasty looking pictures coming because we're going to show the different compartments of the stomach. So stage 2 is the rumen. This is the first compartment in the four compartment stomach system. In this compartment is where fermentation occurs and which allows the digestion of fiber and the other feeds. Fermentation is the conversion of carbohydrates into volatile fatty acids and gases. In terms of the cow, it allows the conversion of cellulitic fiber into energy that can be used for growth, production, and metabolism. The rumen is the largest compartment and can hold up to 40 to 50 gallons of digested food. The first thing to note about the rumen is that it is also home to a wide range of microbes, such as bacteria and protozoa. Scientists believe that in 1 milliliter of rumen fluid there is approximately 10 to 50 billion microbes and around 1 million protozoa. These microbes are actually the organisms that digest the feed that is taken in by the cow. The microbes in the rumen are the ones that digest the cellulose and hemicellulose, producing protein, volatile fatty acids, and B vitamins, as well as actions like detoxifying the compounds that the cow has ingested. The rumen contain these structures called rumen papillae, which are thousands of finger-like projections on the inside of the rumen. You can see the calf rumen papillae and grown cow papillae. And these structures are responsible for absorbing the volatile fatty acids that are produced in the rumen and used as energy for the cow. Also, microbial protein, which are the actual bodies of the microbes, will be processed here, but they will not be digested by the rumen. They will be later processed in the small intestine. So with fermentation, there's production of gases. It is believed that during the fermentation process, there is 500 to 1500 liters of gases produced per day, and around a quarter of these gases consist of methane and carbon dioxide. Production of fermentation gases represent a considerable energy loss, and these gases are expelled by belching, and if belching is not possible, the cow would bloat. So in the rumen, there is a process called rumination. Rumination starts with mastication, which is the grinding of the food, increasing the surface area of the um, food. Then saliva is added during mastication. Large amounts of saliva are produced. Cows can produce anywhere from 40 to 150 liters of saliva per day. And saliva has two main functions, buffering the pH of the food and creating a suppressive foam that will reduce the risk of bloating. And thirdly, the rumination process ends with the step called chewing the cud. This process usually takes place when the animal is resting. So the cow initially ingests the food. There's minimal mastication, and the food is mixed with saliva and forms a bolus. So when the cow is resting, they will regurgitate this bolus, re-chew it, and swallow it again. And this process is called rumination. So there are certain conditions that the rumen must meet. There must be a pH of around 6 to 7 and a temperature that is 1 degree higher than body temperature, which would be 39 centigrades. One main reason for these conditions is that the bacteria and microorganisms produce and digest the food by producing enzymes, and these enzymes can be very delicate in terms of withstanding pH and temperature variations. So just a summary about the rumen. Is the largest compartment in the cow's digestive system. It's where it stores and processes food. It's the site of fermentation, and it's home to millions of microbes. Then we have stage 3, the reticulum. The rumen and the reticulum are basically one compartment, you can see here, but they have different functions. The rumen, as we explained, is mostly a fermentative action, and the reticulum serves more as a staging area. The rumen and the reticulum are partially separated by the reticular fold, so you can see around here. So the structure of the reticulum is like a honeycomb structure, in that the walls are lined with membranous structures. The main function of this compartment and these structures is to trap large feed particles. This is important for two reasons. First, so that these large food particles do not enter into the next sections of the stomach, which could lead to blockages. And secondly, they return these large particles to be for additional rumination. The particles that are large enough to be trapped in the ruminate, as I said, will be ruminated, and the small ones will pass to the omasum. The reticulum is also known to be a site where hardware, such as nails, screws, bits of fences, just anything that's not really food that the cow ingested, it will become lodged in this compartment, and it can often lead to serious problems. Stage 4 is the omasum. This is the third compartment of the digestive system of the cow. Once the food has been broken down enough, digested by the bacteria, and is small enough to pass through the reticulum, it will enter the omasum through the reticulo-omasal orifice, which is this. The omasum's wall is highly folded and contains leaf-like structures, which give a large surface area, around 4 to 5 meter meters, and the large surface area increases the efficiency of absorption, which is the main function of these compartment. Its main objective is to absorb water and salts that will later be used for normal bodily functions in the form of potassium and sodium. The amount of water absorbed in these compartments is 30 to 60% of the water intake of the cow. The folds also serve to squeeze the feed that's passing through this compartment, so none of the food or none of the water that's inside the food will be later not absorbed by the next compartments. These compartments is especially important because it allows the retention of water, which is 80% of what the rumen of the first compartment is made of. It is believed that it contains roughly 35 to 40 gallons of water. The rumen contains that much water. And thank you. This is my part, and I will leave you with my partner, Alexander, who will continue explaining the digestive system.